Hi everyone, today I'm going to be testing something very different. So I got Nail Couture Poly Gel, Happy Gel, it's called Happy Gel. I got Crystal Clear and Milky Way. I also have Princess Pink, so I'll show you how the color looks later. But I wanted to do something very, very natural looking for this thumb for test purposes. So let's go. So first I prepped the nail, wiped it with prep solution, and I'm going to use primer sparingly. Looks like it dries pretty fast. Also for this purpose, I'm going to use 99% alcohol as my slip solution, and I have pulled out 2 brushes that I'm going to use. This one is going to be a little bit softer, so we'll see. The product is quite soft, the Happy Gel, compared to gelish. So I know with gelish sometimes it's a bit of a struggle to pat it down. So I'm going to do something crazy that you've never seen me do. I'm going to do French, kind of. So this one is like a natural white, supposed to be, and I'm going to take tiny amount. It's called, well, Milky Way. I think I mentioned that. And let's see how this goes on. So you would use that if you wanted to extend the nail a little bit. And I kind of suspect that it will blend quite well. I have to get the feel for it. It's kind of hard working on yourself. So I'm going to try to get a better angle. So I'm leaving a little bit of product on the free edge, obviously, because you don't want it too thin. I see some got underneath, so I'm just going to lift it up. Okay. And then I'm going to try to blend it a little bit. Making sure that the corners are tucked in nicely. There's a little piece of glitter that was in my brush. This looks good. Oops. Just want to make sure that this is nice and even here, and that I don't have product stuck underneath, because that's going to give me a false kind of an illusion that I have product there when I don't have product on top. So if someone is doing ombre with this product, or like the baby boomer, I would say that this is a good product for that, because it blends really well. Actually blends way better than the gelish. Okay, I'm going to cure it now. Okay, so now this gives me a bit of a guide on the thickness of the nail. So the rest I'm going to do with the clear. I'm going to use a larger brush just for the heck of it. And the important part is not to soak the brush in alcohol. Actually, I prefer the other one, because then you will have issues probably, because the primer will be kind of wiped off, right? It kind of smells like candy, the actual product. And from what I kind of hear, the issues that people are having is it's hard to kind of get close to the skin with this product, but this one is not bad. It's softer. But I'm not going to get too close because I really like to have that area really flush with the nail. So I'm gonna put it a little bit further away, and then I'm going to put the gloss closer. The only thing with the clear is that you can't really see how much product you have. So this is, now I'm gonna smooth it a little bit. So picking up a little bit more alcohol on the brush makes the product kind of slide a little bit without getting stuck to it. You know, the consistency, I have to say, it's really nice. From what I see, is you kind of have to use a little bit, I guess, less product than you think you need, because this goes a long way. So I'm not going to try to be super perfect, because this product files very, very easy and we can still file. So I'm going to cure this, making sure everything is covered. I'm going to make sure that I'm going to cover this area a little bit better. Okay, and looks very clear. Okay, let's cure it. Okay, and I'm gonna wipe it with alcohol again. At a maybe like 5-second mark, I could feel a bit of a heat spike, but it was very soft. It didn't kind of make me jump or anything. So let's file. Let's shape the nail. So I'm gonna move this a little bit, put my filter on, move the camera a little bit, and let's go. Everybody has their own filing roadmap. Mine is I start with the free edge first to establish the thickness of the nail from here, and you can see that I pulled quite a lot of the clear over the white. So I'm going to reduce it, make sure that the free edge is nice and flat. So this file's quite easy. I would say very easy. I think gelish files a little bit softer, but this files like gel. So it doesn't file like acrylic, that's for sure. It's always a little bit harder to do your nails because you are looking at them from a certain angle. You're not looking at them from like straight up angle. So that's why I always like to check different angles. I'm gonna use e-file because I'm used to shaping with e-file. This is actually a fine sanding band. So I'm gonna reduce the thickness over here just because I wear my nails very short, so I don't need it like a huge apex. So I am staying on the product here. Let's see. Yeah, this is, there's still quite a lot of product here, so I'm gonna reduce this. I'm gonna make this nail really thin because the rest of my nails are natural nails, so I don't want this to really like stand out too much. And I personally really like the natural look, so that's what I'm going for. A good idea actually is to have a dark background when you're doing nails, because that way on a white background it's really hard to see what you're doing. So for this purpose, for the video, I always have a white background, but if I'm working just on clients and I'm not filming anything, I actually use a dark background because it helps me to see properly. Yeah, so it files, I would say, like gel. It doesn't file as easy as gelish. Just going to see if sometimes this can fool you if something got underneath and you think you have so much product, but the product is actually underneath it, not on top of the nail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to get it with the e-file. But I make sure that I don't like shove this bit into that area, because if someone has high hyponychium, sorry, then you could hurt them. So this still is lower than this. This file is 100/180, so I'm filing with 180. I'm going to spray the nail to kind of see what it looks like. Okay, so the blend could be better, especially around this area, but it's not bad. Yeah, when filing around the cuticle, you have to be super careful that you don't file into the nail. So the angle is going to be not like this, although it's tempting. It's going to be more flat. So you want to file the product into the nail instead of filing the nail. Sometimes you can just kind of feel for it like this. Okay, so I would say this is pretty good. I'm going to wipe it with alcohol, and I'm going to put tiniest amount of primer around the cuticle. Normally you could actually go a tiny bit further. I actually got pretty close, but I'm just going to use a small primer brush that's brand new. And I'm gonna just dip it. Just to make sure that I'm not touching the skin with the primer. I find that really prevents any lifting from happening. And now I'm going to use the shiny. You could let it dry like maybe 30 seconds or so, but this primer seems... I'm gonna shut off the fan. It seems to be drying very quickly. And now, with this product, you can get closer. Can you see that little glitter in the product? I had some glitter on there. Oh, I know, I was using the accents with this brush, what was it? Anyway, the glitters. Ooh, I feel the top coat heat up actually. A little bit. Within like 2 seconds. I'm curing it in their lamp, so it's a proper lamp. And here we have the end result. I usually just take the file and I run it around the free edge just to make sure that there is no catches. And this top coat needs to cool off before you put the oil. The line of light is quite even. Nails nice and thin. And I'm going to put just a little bit of oil. I'm gonna shine it up. And I will post an update after a couple weeks, okay? To let you know how this is looking when it's growing out. So far, I think it looks pretty cool. I like it. And I almost forgot because I wanted to show you also the Princess Pink. And I will show you that on top of this thing here. So I've used it before. I have videos of this product applied. I haven't used it much, but I've tried it. So it looks really bubblegum kind of pink. And initially when the product is just applied on the nail looks really opaque and really pink. But once you reduce the thickness of the product, it kind of goes more clear. And it blends really well with the nail, as you can see here. And over time, I find that it fades a little bit, just like pretty much a lot of pink colors. They tend to lose the color a little bit, which is not a bad thing because it looks very natural. So, and here I'm gonna compare it very quickly to the Milky White. I'm gonna use the same thickness. So as you can see, you can still kind of see the little fibers when it's applied very thin of the little material here. So it ends up looking actually quite natural. Well, you can't see really much with the white, but also it's not like a super stark white. So it's very natural looking. This one looks nice, doesn't it? Okay, let's just use the clear again and see what this one looks. I just dipped the spatula in alcohol a little bit just so it wouldn't stick to it. But yeah, the clear is very clear. Yeah, it looks, I'm looking at my nail right now. It's very clear. Okay, so that's it. These are the 3 colors that I have. I will be testing the clear a little bit more. I might do a repair or 2 with it because I've actually been working with the pink for repairs sometimes for my clients for underneath the gel polish. And it actually lasts quite well. So we'll test the clear one now. Okay, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you soon with the results test wear of this one. Bye.